Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and welcome to sort of like a random off-the-cuff choice where we are talking about recently released anime edition. Well, joining me today is Didge. How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's going good. Happy to be here. Happy to talk anime. I feel like I don't get a chance to do that often enough. So appreciate the invite.
Yeah, it's always fun having you around. Um, man, it was a blast. You were here last time. You were here was Pokemon, right?
Yeah, we got a chance to watch the first half of the first season for Pokemon Horizons. Probably the first Pokemon anime that I have watched in many of year. So it was good to rehash that, sort of talk about what got us into Pokemon and things like that. That was a fun conversation.
Yeah. Maybe we should try and do season, quote unquote, season two then, if you're up to it someday. I mean, it just recently came out on Netflix.
Yeah, I'd be down. It came out it came out that week that we live streamed,
Yeah.
right? Like, okay,
Yes, perfect timing, I
that
suppose.
that was great timing.
Yeah, but today's review that we have is, as I said, is a recently released anime original. I say anime original because I can't find if it has any source material, so I assume it has. And that's My Omni Girl from Netflix, which, if you're going by IMDb's synopsis, a high school student's life takes an unexpected turn when he meets an Omni Girl on a quest in the human world. And our our thoughts about that will come a bit later because before we truly dive in, I felt like we should go through the what have we read, watching slash reading before we go into it, and let the word go to you first, Didge. What have you
Okay,
read, watched recently?
well let's pull up the good old Shonen Jump. Let's let's see. Obviously, I'm keeping up with JJK, Kaiju number 8, Shoujo no Kagurabachi. All of those. Those are the typical ones that we talk about. I think we talked about reading Wild Strawberry too. That's another fun one.
Yeah,
Um, I've also been reading a couple sports anime. Green Green Greens, which is a golf sports, or not anime. I'm sorry, sports manga. Hopefully, it gets an anime adaptation. And Dogs Red. Like I've talked about both of
yeah.
those and had a really good time. I'm having a really good time with them, I should say.
Hey,
Like,
Mike.
Mike, what's happening?
What's up, squad? Sorry I'm late.
No worries. I'm
Hey.
just talking about the different manga and anime that I've been consuming. I've definitely lately been more watching than reading. I had a really good time with this spring season. Like Viral Hit, I really enjoy. Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again is fun, and Bartender.
I'm
Black
sorry. Wait, what?
It's you know the movie 17 again, right?
Yeah.
It's essentially that. Except I think they're still adults when they turn young, but it's essentially like this grandma and grandpa. They ate like a special apple and they woke up the next day and they were young. It's very feel good. That's what spring has been for me. Spring has been you're gonna just watch all the stuff that just make you feel good. Except
Yeah, it was,
Kaiju and Demon Slayer are definitely there. Like we're gonna give you some pain at some point.
I mean, it's been high on adrenaline, and I do find it funny how they are stretching out the Hashira training arc. But then again, that arc in the manga is extremely short, so I can't blame them.
It, I haven't started it yet, so I mean, I don't care if you spoil anything about it. But is it good expansion or does it feel
It's
like filler?
No,
it's
I like it.
it's the equivalent of you seeing them train for being hunters in Attack on Titan anime type of thing.
Oh, so a natural fit where nobody even
Yeah,
notices. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, the fights that they showed, the big fight of last episode, obviously was a sparring fight. Was Tengen and Tanjiro, and that fight, like the fight choreography, all of that was amazing.
Mhm.
I thought afterwards, like, oh yeah, none of that happened in the manga. I was like, well, they gave us a treat. I'm glad they gave us that treat because I like what they're doing with it to flesh it out.
That's good.
Yeah, I have most Demon Slayer fans seems to actually enjoy the additions because I can't recall if I mentioned it, but it's only 8 chapters that arc. So
Is that an arc at that point?
I mean,
it's
arc-ish.
Arc-ish, but so it's understandable why they are adding stuff. I figure.
8 chapters is wild, man. This
It is.
Demon Slayer was weekly, right? So that was like was a drop in the bucket.
Yo. But and I can't. So that's why, for example, me and AJ were wondering if they were going to do a movie about it because.
Yeah, because 8 chapters would come out to roughly 2-ish hours. So yeah, they definitely could have done that as a movie.
Well, isn't the season only like 8 episodes?
I don't remember.
I thought I heard it was shorter. Let me look.
That makes sense.
Mike, check the chat, by the way.
I did. I saw the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Demon Slayer, I'm excited to finally check out. It's on my weekend list. I need to catch up on some anime. I've got screeners for My Adventures with Superman and the Boys that I need to get through. But I'm definitely got to make time for Demon Slayer for sure.
Yeah. But Mike, since you're here, what have you watched recently?
I have been watching My Adventures with Superman. That show, amazing. Just talking about like feel good anime, and I like My Adventures with Superman is my feel good anime, where it's just like
fair.
the sappy rom-com nature of Clark and Lois's relationship is like, why did I didn't know I needed this. But I need this every week from now until the end of time. So that show is phenomenal. This next episode that's coming up Saturday, I'm not going to spoil it, but watch it. It's great. New characters are introduced. A lot of fun stuff happens there. Outside of that, I'm going to start The Boys. I haven't started it yet. But what I'm watching currently, Superman's definitely up there. I'm still chipping away at Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I'll finish it one day. But
where are you there?
I'm on like episode 30. So I'm halfway now. Halfway. By summer's end, I'm going to get through this.
There you go.
Do you like it so far?
It's a good show. It's still not my favorite. And I guess I just have to get used to that of like, I don't think I like this series as much as everyone else. That said, it's still really good. You know, like, I can acknowledge the greatness of Full Metal. I think also, like, me being a new anime fan, I'm watching all of these out of order, and so they hit me differently than you, Isaac, for example, because, like, I didn't watch Naruto until 2020. That still hit for me. I watched Dragon Ball Z in, like, 2021, did not like it. But it's like, if I watched that when I was a kid, when it came out, I probably have a completely different outlook on it, but it's like, why is that show so slow? When Demon Slayer, like you guys were just saying, 8-episode season, that's all they need to do.
Yeah.
That's fair. You know what? I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. So, that's also why I love My Hero Academia, is because that's the first anime I've ever watched. And it's easy for me to get into it because it's a riff on things I already like. It's a riff on superheroes, it's a riff on X-Men, so it was easy for that to hook me, as opposed to some of these other shows. Over time, I learned to appreciate anime and these other shows, but like that's why My Hero was such an easy click for me at first. Speaking of which, I've been reading that book ending. This next chapter on Sunday is called Epilogue. That's the title of the chapter.
Oh,
and it's like... That's it. It's like
that's gotta be it. Like you can't go epilogue part 2.
Right. I mean, I don't know because not getting into story spoilers, but Horikoshi's comment in Shonen Jump this week was like, "We're gonna go back to basics. We're gonna go back to academia," and it's like, "Sir, the chapter's called epilogue. How we go? We doing SATs now after the end of the world?"
Like, that's it. You can't. Epilogue can't be. All right, we're starting. Well, I feel like. Well, let me see what was Naruto's last chapter. Theirs might have been epilogue too.
I mean, you could say the epilogue part 1, epilogue part 2. You could make a. Like,
if he titled it part 1, I get it. But according to these links from yesterday, it's just called epilogue, and I'm like, nah, man, we can't do that.
Then it has to be a longer than usual chapter.
Yeah.
Because I can see it. Wasn't it you that said that top 6 chapters after this or something?
Yeah, there's probably like 7 more to fill out the next volume. But yeah, My Hero's been great. I love this ending. This war arc has been weird, but I think the resolution.
Yeah,
we're dancing around it. Well, Dig will get there in 2 years.
Hey man, eventually.
Eventually, it's been weird, but the ending was very satisfying to me. Also, Isaac, I know we haven't talked the show on this channel yet. I really love season 7. Like, I do not like this arc. But Bones is actually kind of in their bag right now, like changing things up to make it flow better. Their animation quality improved from last season, so that's been cool.
I might pick it up properly then, because due to how the story arc was, I haven't been thrilled on the. I need to watch it ASAP if you catch me.
I mean, the BS you don't like is still there, front and center. I'm sorry, but
yeah, but it could have been executed better in the anime for all I know.
It feels better. It does feel better. I will say that. Like, even when we were reviewing those chapters, we kept saying, when this is animated, this might flow better. And it does. It flows 1,000 times better.
Oh, I remember
Always good
that.
then.
Yeah. And Kaiju, that's my new show. I love it.
Oh, it's great.
So much fun. You guys kept saying the manga's great for like a year. And I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just going to wait for the anime. I'm going to wait for the anime. And the wait was worth it. I love this show so much.
That's fair.
Kafka is awesome.
Kafka's such an interesting shonen protagonist, right? This dude in like his mid-30s, as opposed to like the 14-year-olds that we see every single story. Completely different perspective and POV. So that's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I get the same feeling when Sakamoto Days comes out, because literally AJ just told me like last week, pick it up once you finish My Hero, and a week later it's like trailer. It's like, ha, I win.
Yeah, I got it. I've been told many a time I need to pick that up, and then they announced the anime.
Amazing.
Well,
As I said on our mangas that needs animes, it's essentially what if John Wick actually got a happy life with a daughter and wife that actually survived, yet he gets involved in shenanigans, and it just gets become more insane by the time goes on. Short synopsis, but
I would say, like, every time you and AJ mention it, you guys, like, AJ said it's the best book in Shonen Jump, which for a One Piece stan to say that, I know it has to be legit. Even if it's not the best book in Shonen Jump, it has to be legit.
It's at least top 5, that's for certain. At the minimum.
Well, in that case, I have to ask. I'm not trying to take over the conversation. I know we've got a movie to talk about. But, Isaac, what's the top 5?
Yeah.
I don't really know what I would put in top 3 or top 5. But that's why I'm so certain. That's why I at least say top 5.
Of current running, would you say it's One Piece, Sakamoto Days, JJK? Top 3?
My current favorites, my personal current favorite.
I roll from ditch.
One Piece.
Drop JJK.
One Piece is my family, and actually, I know this will sound a bit odd, but considering that I barely talk about it unless we're in this on this podcast, but Let the Exorcist Fall in Love. I so hope that the book
Mm.
gets an anime one day, because it's such a good book. You have read Did you continue reading it after the chapters?
I read a couple more chapters. I fell off. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't that it was just bad. It was just that there's so much stuff to catch up on.
That's fair. But
I
One
feel
Piece,
that.
Spy, and My Exorcist is probably my favorite.
It is good. It is really good. Like, I do need to pick it back up. I need to set a day aside where I just do nothing but read manga.
Oh, speaking of manga, I forgot, because this is what we're watching / reading. Boruto. Boruto
Is hype.
Isaac, I
guys
kid you
need to have
not.
a Boruto
This book is
stream.
amazing.
You guys
Boruto
need
is
to have a
hype.
Boruto stream at some point.
We were planning one. Brandon and I were planning one. He caught up to do that stream, but life happens. We'll get to it one day. But yeah, Two Blue Vortex is honestly one of my favorite books I've been reading right now.
So hype.
Not just for, I don't know if we have any Boruto anime onlys or people who are caught up with the book somehow watching this, but a lot of stuff is happening. I need to see where it goes, because you're right, it's hype, but also I also feel like Kishimoto could fumble this very easily. So it's month to month, I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? What are we going to introduce now?
One would say he fumbled towards the end of Shippuden, so I get it.
Okay,
To be fair, if you're an anime only of Boruto, you're barely through the manga, considering the amount of fillers.
Yes and no. I mean, the anime was like 4 chapters away from where we are now.
Yeah.
For being real.
Considering it's 70% filler, I did not expect that.
Well, that's why it's 70% filler. Remember, this book is monthly, so they were just wasting time because they knew that they were always so close. So they were just wasting time. That's why it's filler.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah. Have you watched anything else, Mike?
That's it on the topic of Naruto and Boruto, though. I'm excited that we're finally getting those 4 episodes we've been waiting over a year for to celebrate its 20th anniversary.
I honestly forgot. They were already a year back from the 20th anniversary when they announced them.
We're on what, 23rd anniversary this year now?
I think so. Like, you might have...
I mean,
Blown to 25 already.
I was just gonna say it, but I'm like, no, they'll hear me and be like, yeah, that's right. So I didn't want to finish it.
Better late than ever, I suppose.
I guess. I'm not gonna complain about more Naruto.
No.
Yeah. But we need to cover those once those episodes comes out.
Oh, trust me, we wanted to. We had a whole series where we reviewed all this other crap. Those are fun though. We have to do more movie series. DBZ, One Piece, MHA, with any franchise, I'm down.
I was gonna say Pokemon, but that's probably only me that would enjoy that.
I mean, I like the movie we reviewed a few years ago. That was my first time watching Pokemon ever. It was fun.
Fair enough. But yeah, here Red watching Kaiju, Spice, and Windbreaker, and I will pick up now MHA. And
so,
obviously.
Talk to me about Windbreaker, because AJ keeps coming in the chat saying, it's peak. I don't know what this show is or what it's about.
He doesn't say anything else. He just goes, it's peak, and then leaves. And I'm like, all right, man.
It's essentially, how should I put it? It's essentially, I only seen 4 episodes so far, but
4 more than me.
From what I can gather, it's essentially what if Tokyo Revengers was good, and I mean that is in you have an lead that is actually likable and you want to follow. There is no form of time jumping, which just makes that show all the makes no sense for that story, and we have the whole gang rivalry, delinquents type stuff, which is in Tokyo Revengers, and well, it may how should I put it? Sure, the gang those that are delinquents essentially have superpowers, but it's at the same time feels more believable than Tokyo Revengers to an extent, and well, the characters are just more enjoyable to follow at this right now. The main character is sort of like he got bullied and outcasted because of his look. He has different colored eyes. He has pretty much Todoroki hair. He's has black and white hair, and because of that, he hasn't let anyone in. But when he started to save some people from other bad delinquents, people start to appreciate him, and he doesn't know how to take a thank you, if that makes any sense.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's and Spice and Wolf. It's currently my feel-good show. It's just, and I do love the dynamic of Hollow and Lawrence, and I'm really glad that I picked it up. Honestly,
Nice. I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna add both of those to my list. I might have to put Full Metal down for a second and get caught up on new shows for the season.
That is completely fair.
Yeah. And well, and yeah, One Piece is just insane right now. Yeah, both in the manga and the anime. Yeah, Luffy in one of the recent episodes went to Dynamax Gengar all of a sudden, and it just made perfect sense.
I love that you have your own language, because that, in theory, that sentence makes no sense, but I got it. I get it.
Yeah. Google Gigantamax Gengar, and you get. Did you know what I'm talking about since I shown him? But it was a while back, and well, JJK Giga needs therapy.
Yeah,
for certain. That we can all agree on.
We need to do a JJK. We might just need to do another manga episode of, like, we have to talk about whatever JJK is doing in the end of MHA and Boruto. Like, we need to do a couple more manga reviews in the near future.
I agree.
I'd be down for it, but it's gonna be pain.
JJK, that was such a roller coaster of the we are so back to hold up, bro. What are we doing?
I was fully the epitome of, all right, we doing something. Wait, you're doing a little too much. You're doing a little too much. And take a step back.
It's literally like, wait, go back.
Right.
Man.
I still don't dislike it as other people the recent chapters, but yeah, that's for another day. But
for sure.
This let's go to the main topic of tonight, which is